undisputed lightweight champion of the world from Lafayette, Louisiana, Dustin. I'm Natalie Loretta, and I debrief the beef in all sports. This is probably Dustin's last fight, and he can end his story as the undisputed champ, taking the belt away from Islam. Dustin's currently on a 3-fight win streak. He won his last fight versus Benoit St. Denis in an undeniable fashion. His story in the UFC hasn't been easy at all. Dustin earned his spot to fight the champ, who is the #1 pound for pound and arguably the best striker and best ground fighter in the UFC. Islam hasn't fought in almost 6 months, but he is gonna have Khabib in his corner. And we know that he submitted Dustin. I hope that Dustin walks out to his Diamonds matchup, and he is my pick. And then in the middleweight category, we have Big Mouth versus Big Mouth. We have Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Strickland is 28-6. Paulo Costa is 14-3. But they both just came off of a loss. Strickland's last fight, he lost the belt to DDP. But he was able to become champion by taking the belt from Izzy. So that's a big deal. Paulo Costa couldn't do that. He lost to Izzy. I know he's very controversial, but I am going to pick him because I do think he's going to win. Another middleweight matchup, we have Kevin Holland versus Michael. I don't think this fight is going to go to the ground much at all. They're both pretty good strikers. Holland has 12 first-round finishes, and Michael has 11 first-round finishes. So they both have that first-round knockout power. I think this fight is really important for Kevin because he has lost a lot recently, which obviously you can come back from, but he just lost to somebody that wasn't even in UFC. So if I were Kevin, I would take Michael to the ground because he doesn't have as good as takedown defense. They both have 14 knockouts, but I am gonna go with Michael. Now I know a couple people. Philly Fresh, my former teammate, is fighting Jake Matthews in the welterweight division. These two both lost their last matches, but I'm going to go with Phil Rowe. I think that Jake Matthews can be submitted. I know Phil hasn't fought in a while, but I do think he has the advantage. He's way taller and he has more grappling skills. Now for the prelims, I got to interview Basil Hafez, and he has gone through so much in the UFC. He worked his way back up, and now he's fighting Mickey Gall. I think he's personally going to win that match. Mickey has had it very tough in the UFC. He is almost even in his record. Basil's isn't that pretty either, but his last fight was De La Maddalena, which is a very tough opponent, so I think he's got this one. For the only ladies in the card, we have Aileen Perez from Argentina versus Jocelyn Edwards from Panama. Aileen won her last 2 fights and Jocelyn lost her last fight, but Jocelyn has longer arms. She has more knockouts. I do think she has knockout power, so I'm gonna pick Jocelyn. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're watching the card this Saturday. Let me know your picks right now. Drop them below in the comments. Let's see if we agree or disagree. You can watch with me this Saturday on my watch party on Millions.co live on all my channels. See you there. Bye.